it's the Ultimate Fitness Training once again, and thank you so much for watching the video. And today we're doing a video about why people get it wrong, and they keep getting it wrong day in, day out, week in, week out, one thing, month out. Why? Now, I get a lot of emails from people saying, Carlos, I've been trying to do this particular diet, or I've been trying to do this particular training, or I've been taking advice by someone, and it's not working. And now, I hear that quite a lot, and I receive a lot of emails and messages on my Instagram and email, obviously, about this particular field, and sometimes it's hard to judge. The reason being why it's hard to judge is because how long is a piece of string? I mean, some people say, well, it's not working because of my diet, okay, it's not working because of my training, or it's not working because of my supplementation. And I always say this to you guys, and I'm going to start this video by saying, is what are you doing? So tell me about what you're doing. Now, some of you guys may say, right, okay, I train 6 days a week. I train very hard because everyone thinks they train very hard, which is fine, which is brilliant to see that. And sometimes people train too hard as well, which is actually not good for you to train too hard. Okay, there's reasons why, but a little more about that later. Now, what I'll say to you guys is this: when you start training, you guys start saying, right, okay, I'll train 6 days a week, my diet's good, and blah, blah, blah. And sometimes, believe it or not, a lot of you guys doing amazing things, and you're training very hard, and you're very good with your diets, and it's still not working. Now, my question to you is, why isn't it working? Why? Okay, now, if you're doing the right diet, you're training hard, and you know what you're doing, you should have some sort of good results. Not just a little bit of results, you should have a lot of results, okay? Now, my question to you is this: why isn't it working? Simple, okay? That's my question to you. Okay, ask yourself, why isn't it working? Now, the reason why it's not working, and I'm going to tell you today very simply, is because you're doing a lot of things wrong. What I mean by that is the complex of things. Now, I see all the time, right? There's guys out there, they're training fantastically, okay? So their training might be really good. So they spend a lot of time in the gym and they put a lot of effort into their training, brilliant, okay? But then they go home and they're eating absolutely shit, okay? So now, regardless of their training, so if I went up to them and said, listen, how's your training? They'll go, yeah, my training's fantastic. So automatically people think, oh, sure, I should get a lot of results. Now, failing to realize that the diet is a massive, huge part. It's not the most important one, because some of you guys may say, oh, it's all about the diet. That's wrong as well. But that, as I keep saying, there's 4 wheels in the car, okay? 4 wheels, yeah? Which one is the most important one? You need the 4 to get your vehicle rolling, okay? You need to. Okay, so the diet's one of the components, okay? And then you've got the supplementation, your aerobic exercising, your training, your normal training. So you need to do that, okay? Now, failing to do that, you ain't gonna go anywhere. Now, you speak to guys that, okay, fantastic, my diet's good, I'm eating a lot of this, I'm eating a lot of that, and they actually tell you openly what they're eating, but they're eating far too much, far too much. I mean, I hear guys like consuming crazy amount of carbohydrates and they want to get super lean. You know, doesn't matter how much cardio you're going to do, the amount of carbs you're eating is far too much for your body to sustain. Some of the guys, like, they want to get super beefed up and they want to get absolutely super lean. Impossible. You can't do it. Now, you can do it with certain amounts of substances, which is steroids and stuff like that, but I'm not here to advise you that, because I don't really take them, and I don't advise anyone to take them. And that doesn't mean I'm against them, it's just not my kind of game. But what I'm saying to you is there's a lot of guys out there that are doing them, and they can kind of like burn, if you like, the two candles on both ends, you know, they can do that. But I wouldn't advise you to do that. Now, what I was going to say to you is this: you've got to understand where you are in terms of training. And I'm quite relaxed telling you this. Now, that doesn't come from, like, I don't want you to guys to think, right, okay, right, I don't understand my training, so do I need to? Well, a lot of guys don't. A lot of guys don't understand the training. They've been training for years, but still don't understand what they're doing. They just keep repeating what other people do. So they haven't actually sat down and go, right, okay, this is the structure I'm doing. Okay? They haven't. Honestly, believe it or not, they haven't. So you need to sit down with yourself or with someone that knows what they're talking about and go through your training. Okay? Then you need to do exactly the same thing about your diet. So go through all your macros, go through all your fats, proteins, carbohydrates, every sugar, salts, every water intake, everything you need to go through in order to, does that diet run parallel to your training, okay? And does that training run parallel to your goals? Because I keep seeing guys, for instance, and they want a particular physique, but they're doing something completely different, okay? So that will not give you the results you want, okay? It's like me getting on a motorway on an M6 South and trying to go to Glasgow. It's not gonna happen, you know. I'm on a motorway, yes, I'm driving down on the motorway, but I'm going in a completely different direction, okay? So we need to get that sorted. Now, supplementation. We keep talking about these things. I mean, I hear guys, I get emails. The other day I counted, I had 1,000 emails just on supplements. Okay, oh, I've heard about this particular supplement called supposedly it makes you gain super mass in 3 weeks, and I'm thinking, oh my God. You know, oh my God. Okay, now let me tell you once and for all, and I'm sure I'll have to repeat this again and again and again and again, right? These companies that sort of like advertise that you're going to gain X amount of muscle within 2 to 3 weeks, they want you to buy their products very quickly. Okay, and a lot of times they want you to buy quite big masses of air, so they'll give you loads of discount. Because they know what they're actually offering you is shit. Okay, so they want to get rid of that as quick as possible, and they want your money, okay? Now, don't take me wrong, okay? There is some good supplements out there. I'm not saying all of them are like that, but majority of them are selling you some really bad stuff, and you can do your own research. Don't take my word for it. Do your own research, speak to someone that know what they're talking about, and they'll tell you. Even people, even these guys that get sponsored by these companies tell you. And now Richard Piana tells, do not have protein shakes. And he sells protein shakes. Now, this guy is telling you what to do, and people still buy protein shakes, you know? Now, a lot of these protein shakes are full of garbage. Do your own research, check it out, okay? Now there's a lot of good supplements out there. Like, I'll give you an example. Like, a lot of the times it's hard for us to absorb and to also have the right amount of minerals and vitamin and minerals. So it's fantastic for you guys to supplement multivitamin mineral. Brilliant, okay? Vitamin B6 and B12, okay? Brilliant. Vitamin C, calcium, magnesium, phosphorus, all that sort of stuff that's going to sustain and improve your immune system. Like, don't forget, a lot of the times the foods we're eating are not nutrition valued food, and our body fails to absorb all these amount of foods. So it's so important for us to understand that we've got to have a supplement list that's going to support us to be able to sustain our training, our diet, and our results, okay? Now, don't forget the likes of glutamine and creatine are fantastic. You need to have those things in order to support your growth and your repair of your muscle, because don't forget, when you train very hard, your muscles tear, so they need a lot of recovery. So that sort of, to stay anabolic, to be able to obviously literally construct your muscle back up, it takes a lot of effort from your body, so and it has a knock-on effect on your immune system. So it's very important for us to be able to do that. Now, the other thing is that your aerobic exercise. A lot of us think like, okay, right, I consume all this amount of calories, I do a lot of training in the gym, I don't need to do any fat burning, I don't need to do anything, and then we fail to realize we've got a massive valley in front of us now. This is a big thing, like, it's not just about doing aerobic exercise. Now, you need to do consistent aerobic exercise that goes from 1 hour, 1 hour and a half, 2 hours, 2 hours and a half. Some guys can go up to even 3 hours. I mean, the guys that are competing, for instance, to get really lean, they do go up to that amount of time. Now, I'm not saying consecutively, I'm not saying like 3 hours in one go. They might do an hour and a half and an hour and a half in the evening. For the guys that obviously worked with me and know what I'm about, I'm very structured, so I'll tell the advice based on how you look. And this is the big thing, is about being coached regularly. So some of you guys out there, you read something on a magazine, or you probably watch this video and you say, right, okay, I've read this, or Carla said this, so that's what I'm going to do. But I can't see you. It depends how you look, you know. For instance, let's say if you're already lean, you don't need to do it probably 3 hours of cardio, 2 hours, or 1 hour. You might just need to get away with an half an hour, 45 minutes. But it depends on how you look. It depends on your diet. It depends on how you structure everything else, you see. And this is, I keep saying, it's not one size fits all. You need to know where you are, and that's how it's going to help you to get there. Now, I keep having these emails about people says, oh, I'm doing all these things, but I'm not there yet. The question is, you're not there yet because there's a lot of elements, okay, that are not there. So you need to structurize it. And so quite basically, I'll just explain to you, you need to get your diet, your training, your supplementation, your aerobic exercise spot on. So once you get these 4 wheels going on, then you can get coached properly. Now, if you ever need my help, contact me on Instagram, which is CarlosTrainer10. Also my website, which is ultimatefitnesstrainer.co.uk. And obviously follow me on and subscribe and share and like our videos on YouTube, which is Carlos Trainer. So with all that said, guys, stay happy, stay healthy, stay fit, have a beautiful day. Take care.